Hi, thanks for staying with us. I'm Jenny Groh, and it's time for our weekly Adopt a Pet segment. Rita Hart from the Humane Society of St. Lucie County is here with us today, and so is Peanut.
Yeah.
Rita, tell us about Peanut.
Hi, Jenny. This is Peanut, as you said, and Peanut is a little girl who's 6 years old.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she came to us because her owner passed away, and whoever was caring for her after that happened was not able to keep her, so she came into the shelter. Peanut is healthy with one exception. She has what we believe she has cataracts. So she is visually impaired. She's not blind, and she can see light and shadows very well. In fact, I had her in the shelter's play yard a few days ago to take some pictures of her, and she got around just fine. You would never have known that she couldn't see perfectly.
So maybe in a darker room, maybe she might have problems navigating?
Yeah, and I think, partially I think she was following my voice, but I also think that she can see shadows well enough that she wasn't bumping into everything as some dogs in this situation might do. Okay. But so she gets around just so well, and she is the sweetest dog. I have to say, there's one of our certified vet techs who has never come to me before asking me to give any dog special treatment, because we love all of them and we want them all adopted. Absolutely. But she came to me about a week ago and said, can you do something special for Peanut? Because Peanut is such a special dog. And she is really affectionate, just loves to give kisses, loves belly rubs. We have yet to see her nip or growl or show any signs of aggression whatsoever, even though she's in a strange setting and probably misses her owner and all of that to go along with it. So she is just a doll.
So she'd fit into perfectly to any family.
Yeah, we recommend a family with children 10 and older, or retired couple, single person, what have you. And the reason for that is more for Peanut's safety than it is because she's not good with kids. She'd be great with kids, but especially with vision issues, we want her to be safe, and sometimes the younger kids, as I've mentioned before,
might be a little
rough with her. Yeah, or what think of her as a stuffed toy rather than as something to be careful with. So so we recommend 10 and older.
And Peanut's not a senior, but she is a little older in years?
She's 6 years old, and not by any means would I call her a senior. She certainly has a lot of life left in her. But in dog years, the shelter considers her a little bit older and maybe a little bit harder to adopt out because of that age. So for that reason, her adoption price is reduced. She's $50 for an adoption fee. That includes a microchip. She's already been spayed, so that's not an issue. Up-to-date shots, the vet exam. We send you home with a little care package and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great deal.
Wonderful.
For a lifetime of love.
Wonderful.
So.
And tell viewers how they can get more information about Peanut.
Her pictures are on our Facebook page and also on our website, which is hsslc.org. She is currently housed at our shelter in Fort Pierce, and that's at 100 Savannah Road. And so I would recommend people come up and see her in person rather than call. We can't put her on hold or anything. If you call, you must come see her in person.
She's setting up shop right here. I think she's found a good spot there.
And I have to tell you a funny story. If your regular viewers might remember, the last dog I brought on, her name was Maisie.
Yes.
And when I left your TV studio the day that show was taped, I went back to the shelter and I walked through the front doors of the shelter, and there was a family sitting there waiting to see a few other dogs. They ended up, long story short, ended up taking Maisie home. Maisie never got back to her kennel before being adopted.
That's wonderful.
So that was a cool story.
That's wonderful. Yeah. There's a lot of excitement going on at that shelter. I know that the new one is going to be opening pretty soon. Tell us more about that.
Oh, we're so excited about it. And especially for your Port St. Lucie viewers, it's really great news. It's located on Glades Cutoff Road, just south of Midway Road in Port St. Lucie. We are just waiting for our final inspection and certificate of occupancy, which I believe we will have this week.
Okay.
And then our doors will be open to the public as soon as we can get our, the rest of our furniture and the animals, of course, moved in. The facility will be open initially to Port St. Lucie residents, really, and Port St. Lucie Animal Control will be bringing any strays that they pick up to that facility.
Okay.
The Fort Pierce facility will stay open for those folks in the northern part of the county.
Okay.
But this shelter is just phenomenal. They've thought of everything to build it. We've even got an outdoor gazebo. My favorite place in the shelter is what we're calling a sanctuary room. It's a beautifully decorated, thanks to our board members, a beautifully decorated room for people to sit with their pets who bring them in at the end of their natural life and ask the shelter to put the dog down. So we've got a spot for them, a beautifully decorated room for them to spend their last moments with that pet in private and not out where the public is coming in and out of the building. We have a veterinarian clinic with wellness service, spay and neutering, microchips, annual shots, that kind of thing. We have 2 indoor dog parks with an open roof, so and turf on the ground, so the dogs can play inside.
Very nice.
And folks that want to meet and greet a dog before adopting them, that's where we'll take them to spend some time with them.
That's wonderful. So the best advice to viewers is just to keep up with the website.
Yes, our website. I'm sure we're going to have a grand opening. We're going to do it up big, a whole day event on a Saturday. So that certainly will be picked up by the press. It will be on our Facebook page, also on our website, and just to let folks know when that is. We're hoping to have an all-day event. People can come out and take some tours and just see what we've got to offer.
Great.
And we still have naming opportunities available. It's important for me to mention that. If people want to become a permanent have a permanent memorial for either a person or a beloved pet. They have the opportunity to do that. And all that information is on our website as well.
That's great. Rita Hart, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, from the Humane Society of St. Lucie County. And best of luck to you, Peanut.
Yeah, we got to find her a home.
Good, yeah. Hopefully there's a nice family waiting when you get back there for her.
I hope so.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jenny.
No problem. We'll be right back after this message.